Welcome to episode 2 of Candus Bly Inconsistencies. Today we are going to discuss the timeline for after 3 p.m. after Summer returned home on June the 15th of 2021. If you recall, this last photo/video that was taken of Summer was said to be taken at 3:09 p.m. within 10 minutes of them returning home from town that day. Keep that in mind because that is where we will begin. So 3:09, 10 minutes away from home. We'll put them at home at 3:19, right? Keep that in mind and watch the rest of the video.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up. She got up, I unbuckled her, she got out of the car. We went and grabbed the boys from the house to come help us with the groceries.
Okay. She unbuckled Summer, got her out of the car. They went inside, got the boys, helped get the groceries out. They put the groceries up, right? So we are now at 3:35. That's giving them 15 minutes to put the groceries up because remember, Candus said she was in the grocery store only 5 minutes. All she got was 2 gallons of milk and maybe some cheese. Her words, right? Follow me now.
Then what happened?
And then we left from there, went to Priceless, and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grab my milk, come right back out the door.
They put up milk and cheese. There are 2 discrepancies with this timeline that I will explain after you watch these next few clips.
Well, I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through when you got home.
Okay.
You unload the grocery. What exactly is going down there?
Well, I bring my kids out, and we all unload the groceries, but we all go in my house first because we sort out my mom's groceries from her groceries.
Okay.
We always do.
Yeah.
And we did that, and Mom walked back across, and me and Summer were putting groceries away, and watching TV off and on, and just chilling with the boys, hanging out, and then we decided to do some laundry, because laundry, my kids, they got 80 pairs of pants, 80 pairs, each one of them.
Okay.
So, doing laundry at my house is like
A job.
But,
You're doing laundry.
doing laundry and stuff, and kids are all sitting there watching TV, chilling. And I stepped down, and I noticed Mom was sitting on the step, and her step is like literally from here to that tree, from my doorstep.
Okay.
I can literally walk over and be right there.
Okay.
And she's like looking around. I was like, "What's your problem?" She's like, "We got to get these plants transplanted into bigger pots."
Okay.
And she's
Now
like,
you're sitting on the front porch, or where you all?
"No, I'm not sitting. I'm
Are you in the
standing."
house?
No. She's sitting on our camper step right there. And,
Okay.
And the flowers are here on both sides.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there. We're just talking. And she's like, "We got to get these transplanted." I was like, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, we know the boys ain't going to help because they don't like to do flowers."
Yeah. Well, boy does, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, "But I know someone that will." So I ran back in the house and I grabbed Summer. She was sitting in the kitchen playing with her little, what are them? Little short guys with the big eyeballs.
Okay.
And I was like, "Summer, you want to plant flowers? Me and Grandma plant
Is that the
rocks?"
LOL things? Are they?
No, they're not. She didn't really like LOLs.
Okay.
She didn't care for those. And she was sitting there, I was like, "Summer, you want to do some flower planting and stuff?" She jumped up faster than anybody I've seen jump up. She's like, "Pretty flowers?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go over to Grandma's and plant flowers." Transplant is what we did. And so we did that, and I don't know, it took us a while. Probably 30, 40, maybe 50 minutes. I don't know. And Summer, we got done. We washed our hands real quick, went in Grandma's house, and she asked Grandma for a piece of candy. She always does.
Okay.
And of course, Grandma gives it to her.
Sure.
And she wanted a piece of candy, so Grandma gave it to her. We were sitting there for about, 5-10 minutes maybe at the most. And she was, "Mom, I want to go back to the house with my brothers." I was like, "All right." So I got up and I walked her back across to where I could literally see her walking to my doorstep.
Okay.
And she
Front door, back door?
No, it's, well, I don't know if you want to call it the front door or back door because I don't really consist which way.
Which door is it? Yeah. In some of the pictures I see, there's a door around the bottom and the back.
Not the basement door. I call it the kitchen door, is what I call it.
Okay.
And she walked in there, and there's a scaffolding that we have for steps. The yellow and black scaffolding we have for steps. Okay. And I put my hand on the scaffolding. I said, boys, watch Summer. I'll be right back. And I had to go over and help Mom. She was still sitting over there. And I had to go and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisted and crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. Okay. I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I said, Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever. And I freaking asked her brothers, well, where'd your sister go? She was just right here with you. Oh, she wanted to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom. I said, I think none of them, because that's where our room is, that's where her toys are.
Okay.
And after about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, you sure she went downstairs? They're like, yeah, Mom, she went downstairs.
Okay.
And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. But it was like where we put our TV stand and stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, Summer. And she didn't answer me. I said, Summer, are you down there? And she didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, why is she not answering me? And I looked, I just went, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her. So I couldn't find her nowhere.
Okay. Then what happened?
She was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I sent my boys down through well, we live on the hill, so it was down by the creek. Okay. I sent them all down through there looking and everything. I still didn't find her, and they said no. So I ran over and I freaked out. I called Donnie because that's what I do automatically. I freak out, you know.
You called Donnie?
I called Donnie. I said, I cannot find Summer. Come home now. He's like, call the cops. So I threw my phone down on the back of his pickup, ran over to my mom, picked up her phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone, I dialed her one. I said, I cannot find my daughter. And they sent people out, and I wasn't just going to stand there and wait for them to send people out.
Right.
I jumped in my mom's truck, and I went down the driveway as fast as I could. I went everywhere I could possibly think, every road, which way. I didn't see no cars. I didn't see nobody at all. And I was like flipping out. I was a hot mess, so you call it.
Okay.
It makes no sense. The only thing that can come to my mind is that somebody snuck up there in that yard and took my baby girl.
Okay, we left off at 3:35 p.m. They were done putting the milk and cheese away. She then says that they did laundry, even though this laundry stuff was added later because TBI told them that their timeline was off about an hour or so. They needed to fill it in. So she added in doing laundry. So we're going to go with doing laundry, okay? And if she did laundry, I don't know how much laundry she did, but let's account for, 30 minutes to an hour. So that would put us at between 4 and 4:30 that she has finished doing the laundry. At that point in time, she says that her mother wants to plant flowers, or really it's cactuses, but whatever. Okay, so she goes back and she gets Summer to come over and help plant the flowers. And they plant the flowers and they get done. Summer washes her hands, even though in most of the pictures we see of Summer, her hands are never clean. But this day, they washed her hands. And so that puts us at around 5 o'clock, 4:30 to 5 o'clock that they are finished planting these flowers and washing hands, right? So we'll just go with 5 o'clock. At that time, Grandma gives Summer a piece of candy, and Candus says that they sit there another 5 to 10 minutes. That'll put us up here at 5:10 p.m. At approximately 5:10 p.m., Summer decides she wants to go back home. So Candus walks her back over there. Maybe that takes a minute. It's just across the driveway there. And then notices that her mom, Grandma, needs her help with the knee brace. So she tells the boys to watch Summer. She goes back over, helps Mom with the knee brace. She says that it takes her 5 to 10 minutes to do this knee brace, even though the reports that we get from the news station and the 911 dispatch call said 2 minutes. So that has also changed and evolved. But anyways, nevertheless, we'll give her 10 minutes to fix her knee brace. Okay? So that's going to put us at 5:20 p.m. that she gets done helping Grandma and decides that she needs to go back home and to check on the kids, right? And so at 5:20 p.m. or about that time, could be a little earlier, at 10 till 5 even. She goes down into the basement to look for Summer, and she doesn't find Summer there. So she sends the boys down to the creek. I'm not quite sure why the creek was the first thing to come to mind. I do know Summer, loved water. But all the way down to the creek? That's pretty far. And if you look at the terrain, I'm not quite sure Summer could make it down to that creek by herself. So I don't understand why Candus sent the boys down there to the creek. But she did, according to her words. That's what she done. After the boys were gone to the creek to look for Summer, Candus calls Dawn. This is 5:30 p.m. according to her timeline, including doing laundry. Now, if we take doing laundry out of this equation, that would set that phone call to Dawn all the way back to 4:30 p.m., right? Now, one thing I would like you to keep in mind here is that the neighbor, Jody Sue Brown, and her son claim to have heard a scream at 4:42 or 4:52 p.m., right? Well, that coincides with right around the same time she is sending the boys to the creek, right? It coincides with the same time that all the commotion's going on, that she's supposedly looking for Summer and that, or whatever. Is it possible that Jody Sue heard Candus screaming for Summer? Maybe so. It's possible. But is it also possible that maybe the laundry and the flowers and the candy, none of that ever happened? And possibly Jody Sue could have really heard Summer screaming when maybe something more nefarious was going on during that time. I don't know. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it is possible. Right? So anyway, let's go back to 5:30. At 5:30, Candus calls Don. Don tells her to call 911, right? And he says he loads his tools up and heads home. That would put Don home around 6 p.m. since he said he made it home in around 25 minutes that day. The 911 call wasn't placed from Candus until 6:26 p.m. Okay? Now, listen. 6:26 p.m. That is the time the 911 call was placed. That is 1 hour after Candus called Dawn. It is also 26 minutes after Dawn gets home from work. Now, if you remember in the beginning, Dawn said that she called him at 5:30. He said that he left work at 5:30, and he said that he got home at 6, and that he got home first before anybody else was there. I do believe that first statement. I think he made that statement by accident. And when he realized that he had told on himself and possibly told on Candus, he changed it. Because now he's saying, nope, wait a minute. It was actually 6:30 when Candus called me. 6:30, and I got home at a little after 7. Even though 911 call was at 6:26. 4 minutes before Dawn says that she called now. So that doesn't make sense either. But anyway, now, so that, that's a big discrepancy right there. There's a whole hour there that anything could have happened. Anything could have been going on. If something did happen this summer at that house and it was done by, anybody in the family there, they had an hour to dispose of her before the police arrived. And so the police get there at 7:10. Now, between 7:26 and 7:10, Candus said she didn't want to wait on them. So she gets in her mom's truck and she goes down the road looking for Summer. She goes all the way down to the church one way, and then all the way back up to as far as she could go the other way. As far as she could go up in the mountain the other way. And she didn't see any cars. She didn't see any people. Nothing was going on. Nothing. Now, I mean, at this point in time, I'm sure, a little time had elapsed. And if somebody had abducted Summer, but they could have possibly gotten away by then. But if you go back to the part of her timeline where she says she sent Summer in the house and she went to help her mom with the knee brace. 2 to 10 minutes, because she says 2 minutes, but then in this video she says 5 to 10 minutes. So let's just give her 10 minutes because, we'll be gracious. 10 minutes. If you've seen that hill, the terrain around there, I just don't believe that somebody come up that mountain through the woods and took Summer. I just don't. Not in 10 minutes. And got away. So anyway, the main point of this video, though, was to point out the indiscrepancies in this timeline after 3 p.m. So go back and watch that, them few clips again and listen real close to what Candus is saying, because, and if you take out the laundry, like I said, that gives her 2 whole hours of time that whatever could have happened that we can't explain. So, the timeline is still messed up after 3. And it makes no sense. It don't. Like Candus said, it makes no sense at all. But, that's what it is.